Okay, so here's my army for our game today. First off, I have my Chapter Master. He has a Grav Pistol and a Relic Blade, and the Stratagem Chapter Master. He also has the Ironstone Relic. And then after him, we have Iron Father Pharaohs. He's just kind of the standard. Same with the Indomitus Lieutenant. He's just normal. We have 4 Intercessor squads. These guys have Stalker bolt rifles, and then these guys have auto bolt rifles, and the sergeants on these have Thunder Hammers. Then we have the company champion, he's back again. We have the Apothecary, who is going to be our warlord. He has the Stratagem Chief Apothecary and the Father of the Far Future ability. We also have a Primaris Ancient here again, and then 3 Dreadnoughts, Leviathan with 2 Storm Cannons, and then 2 Contemptors, each with the twin last cannons, and then the Dreadnought combat weapon. And then they also have Cyclone missile launchers. They're just not on the model yet. And then to finish off, we have 2 squads of Eradicators.
We got Alpha Legion. Everything today is Alpha Legion, running a battalion and a spearhead. So to start, we got my warlord, who's a demon prince with dual malefic talons, wings. He's got the Master of Diversion and Hydra's Whale. Next to him, we got the Master of Executions. And then next to him, we've got a Sorcerer in Terminator armor, who's got Prescience and Warp Time. Moving on, we've got 2 units of Cultists, one with auto guns and one with brutal assault weapons. Next to them, we've got a big unit of Chaos Space Marines. Almost all of them just have bolters, except for a plasma gun, a heavy bolter, a chain sword. These are my special squats. Next, we've got a big unit of Chaos Space Marines just with chain swords, a melt-a-gun, and then the champion. We've got 2 Greater Possessed in the back, and some Noise Marines over here with a Blast Master and their champion with a Doom Siren. Moving on, we got 6 Bikers for fast attack, and of course 1 Chaos Spawn. This guy's Ted. And then moving on to the Spearhead, we've got a Sorcerer. He's just a stand-in model for now, running Diabolic Strength and Warp Time and a Force Staff. We have the Predator with twin las cannons and then 2 more las cannons. The Obliterators, just standard, and then a Venom Crawler. And that makes 2,000 points of Chaos Space Marines.
All right, so Jacob, you want the roll-off? Do you want to be attacker or defender?
I will be defender.
Cool. So for their deployment, they've kind of just deployed all along their front line, like so. And then he's got his tank back here. And then Hunter, as Alpha Legion, chose Assassinate, Engage in all fronts, and Repair Teleport Homer. And then Jacob, as Iron Hands, chose Assassinate, Attrition, and Engage in all fronts. So they're actually, at the very beginning of their turns, already going to be getting Engage in all fronts because they're in 3/4 of the map already. All right, rolling off to see who goes first.
Yes.
Yeah, these guys were forward operative using the Alpha Legion stratagem. So I basically just had to put them anywhere else on the battlefield before it began, with 9 inches away from an enemy model. And like a silly baboon, I put them over here.
And then that was before my movement phase happened, because you have to use that stratagem before the first battle round. And then basically this whole Intercessor squad just advanced up here. The characters just did most of their normal movements. These guys came out from behind the building. These guys did the same thing over here. This kind of popped out. The Leviathans stayed right here on this objective. Pharaohs moved up a little bit. And then both the Contemptors moved up and both of the Eradicators advanced up to get close to the objective and his army. So at the end of my first shooting phase, I pretty much killed all the bikes over there with a combination of the Dreadnought and some of these Intercessors over here. This group of Assault Intercessors finished off a squad of Cultists over there, and these guys picked off some of his Noise Marines. The last cannon for this guy didn't really do much, but the rocket launcher on him was able to pick off some of the Chaos Cultists over there. Both Eradicator squads shot, this Eradicator squad shot into these Marines over here, took 2 of them out. This Eradicator squad shot into the Greater Possessed over there and was able to kill 1, leaving 1 with 1 wound. And then this last cannon guy just also took out a couple Marines from his Chaos Marines over here.
command phase.
So what remains of my army? The Predator moved up so that I can see his dreadnought back there. The Marines with bolt guns just swung around. I actually forgot to move Ted, but we'll move him like 5 inches that way somewhere. The Sorcerer is going to stick there to cast some cool stuff. The Cultists are just going to hang out here probably. The Noise Marines moved up in order to shoot. The Venom Caller moved up. The Chainsword Marines moved up. The Demon Prince, the Executioner, came this way. My Sorcerer moved into the building because he's scared. My Greater Possessed is going for broke, and so are the Noise Marines, so getting ready for Psychic phase. After my turn's over, nothing happened. I killed some intercessors. My tank's probably going to die. It's looking depressing. There might be a concession round 2, so.
All right, so at the end of the first turn, Hunter scored 2 points for engaging all fronts, and then Jacob scored 4 for attrition, 2 for engaging all fronts, so he's at 6 victory points.
Okay, so for the end of my movement phase, these 2 Contemptor Dreadnoughts pushed up a little bit. All of the Eradicators moved up a little bit. Leviathan moved over to the side just to get different side angles, but it's still within 3 of the objective. These Intercessors pushed up over here. Everything else over here kind of stayed locked. I made the Company Champion and Judicar move over a little bit so they could possibly charge the tank if they need to. And then these Intercessors just moved up to secure the objective. All right, so at the end of my turn, pretty much mopped up some of the Chaos Marines over there, killed the Chaos Spawn with the Eradicators. I was able to almost kill his tank with some blast cannons and Eradicators.
But you didn't!
And my guys over here, the Judicar and the Company Champion charged, and they finished off the Spider tank.
So feeling optimistic here, but movement phase, the Predator's staying there. Those 2 guys with the bolt guns are going to stay there. The Sorcerer moved over here for a line of sight. He's going to stay there. My Obliterators came out of Teleport Strike, basically into the center of the battlefield. The Sorcerer was in here, moved up because he has a jump pack. My Demon Prince moved up as well from back here. And these guys moved up with the Master of Executions. Already a few things happened in the Psychic phase, but he's got Miasma Pestilence. He casts Smite onto that, whatever. So going for broke. At the end of turn 2, I got into a lot of awesome melee. My Demon Prince did nothing over there, which was sad. I really wanted to kill the Chapter Master, but we managed to wipe out a lot of characters with the Obliterators and a Sorcerer. We took care of the squad over here. Nothing interesting happened over here, really. I've just lost more Marines, and I got a Sorcerer tied up in combat. Yeah.
At the end of turn 2, Hunter got another 2 points for engaging all fronts, and he got 6 points total for assassinate. He killed 2 characters, brings him up to 10 victory points. And then Jacob did not actually get attrition for this turn, so he's still at 13. So Hunter has a barbecue to go to, so we're going to call it there.
Sure, it was a good time. Really fun at the end. Fantastic game.
I'm also here.
Please like and subscribe.